in light of everything that's going on in the world, this episode of the Petrol List is indeed a little bit different from what I thought I would be talking about at the beginning of a new Formula One season and the beginning of a new regulation. While we should be talking about, Aston Martin being really slow or the fight between Ferrari and Mercedes, we have to address the fact that I do believe there are still McLaren and Mercedes technical personnel in the hundreds still stuck in the Middle East. Now, I will say that I pray for a quick resolution to the conflicts, and a resolution that brings as little human suffering and casualties as possible. But I have to be honest, I'm not extremely hopeful that is going to be the case. There is an immediate fragility that is coming to light in the Middle Eastern hub that Formula One and the World Endurance Championship that they rely on. In the Middle East, I believe it's Bahrain, Qatar, and the UAE that hosts Formula One races. And we've gone from just a safety concern in getting the Formula One staff out to a regional systemic concern of how people are going to carry on in the days and the weeks to come. And it's this kind of thing that just really reminds one of the fact that Formula One, when it's all said and done, is just a sport. It's a sport like basketball or football, and it doesn't necessarily have real-world consequences the way that, certain other things definitely are showing. The WEC season opener is in Qatar, or is scheduled for Qatar, but, that's probably not going to happen. It's scheduled for late March, while Formula One, their season opener, is supposed to be, a flyaway going over to Australia. And that kind of opens up a broader question. Should this show go on? Are people going to be able to tune in to the Australian GP and, just watch while unfortunately things are just going awry in a major region of the world? I am apolitical on this channel, and I will not get into the politics of it, but I will say that the loss of any human life is wrong when it's preventable, and is tragic when it happens. So there's also a collapse of the business as usual narrative, the idea, the concept that sport is neutral, and we are in territory where we must question, the importance of getting, aircraft and, what is the equivalent of a small city from place to place around the globe when there are so many people stuck in place around the globe. I don't know what to think about it. I don't know if it is best to try and make the rest of the world as normal as possible while this is going on, and I don't know, a show of, human resilience or what, or if it's better to just cancel the first couple of races and maybe use that as a form of protest against needless violence. I'm not sure, but I felt that I needed to open with something like that because it's real. It is absolutely real, and it's out there, and people are suffering, and sadly, many of them are no longer sharing the planet with us. Okay, how does one pivot? Well, there is the real world and logistical nightmare that is, the world events that are going on. And then there is, gosh, it seems so insignificant to talk about, but Aston Martin. They might not even, I think they're not even planning to do the entire race in Australia. I think they're going to do the practices and, maybe the first couple, sorry, phone's ringing, first couple of laps in the Australian GP, and then call it a day, because despite Adrian Newey's aero genius and Honda's prowess and history in the sport of F1, for some reason, it just did not come together. The car didn't come together. The car doesn't work. And then we've got the battle that I think will happen as the season goes on between Ferrari and Mercedes and McLaren and Red Bull. But I digress. I think I will speak about that next week, if and when the race comes in Australia. But for now, I think I'll just close this video with God bless you all, and I pray that you stay safe. This has been the Petrol List. I've been Dalton, and you have been great. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week unless something else comes up that I feel like talking about. You never know. But again, thanks for watching. I'm out.